So anytime you go on YouTube or you go on a blog or you go on the internet, you go on Google, 99% of the content you see when it comes to trading is usually about technicals. People teaching you how to read the price chart, where to get in, where to get out, entries, exits, and all that kind of stuff. And don't get me wrong, that is important. But if you've traded for any number of time, you know that trading is mostly psychological. I can probably show you how I trade in 30 to 45 seconds, a minute max. But application is always going to be what is going to bring you down. Application is difficult, not because you don't grasp the concept, but because most people that try to trade sabotage themselves before they find success. Fear, greed, overconfident, revenge trading, fear of missing out, these type of emotions. It's very easy for me to list them out, but what do they really look like in practice? What I'm going to show you is a one-on-one accountability session with one of my trading clients. And I'm going to show you exactly the type of emotional roller coaster you should be expecting to go through. This is just one example of something you might be expecting. Revenge trading. What does it look like? What are you most likely to do? What kind of mental gymnastics does your mind play with you? Because the truth is, the reason why you're not successful is because of the things you say to yourself when, you get into these situations where you feel like you want to make a mistake. It's very easy for you to look back and say, yes, I made a mistake and I shouldn't have taken that trade. But the difficult part is being able to pinpoint what exactly you were saying to yourself before you made the mistake so you don't do it again. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you why you need some kind of accountability in your trading, especially if you're learning or you're not consistent yet, and why it's very easy for you to, let yourself down. And it's much more difficult for you to let your mentor down or someone else who is keeping you accountable. We lie to ourselves all the time. When it comes to bullshitting, you bullshit yourself all the time, but you don't want to look bad in front of someone else. And this can be a very useful tool if you're learning to trade. And on top of that, I'm going to be showing you 3 ways to accelerate, your growth. So anytime you see this type of emotion come up, you know exactly the thought process and what to say to yourself and how to overcome it. So I really think you're going to find a lot of value in this, because this is a type of content you're not going to see a lot of on YouTube, which is why I decided to, put it on, because it's a private accountability session, but I have gotten permission to post this. So I hope you find value in it, and I know you will find value in it. And if you have anyone that, is going through something similar, like revenge trading or FOMO, send them this video, share it, like it, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy. And in terms of the revenge trading, you said you made the trade and you won like 70 quid and then you turned around and you lost it back. The last couple of weeks, like if you look back at the last couple of weeks, on the last 3 weeks, not much has happened. If anything, I've lost money in the last couple of weeks, right? If you look at the last few trades that I sent through in the group, did I win any trades last week?
I think most of them didn't win.
All of them lost.
All of them. Oh, okay.
All of them lost. I lost every trade I put into the group last week. The week before that, did I take any trades?
No.
No. The week before that, did I take any trades?
No, I don't think so.
I didn't take any trades. But then the week before that, made 250 pips. The week before that, 400. So what you got to think about, the reason why I do this is because the reason why I'm able to stay calm when it's all like it seems to be going to shit is because first of all, I do 3 things to keep me grounded. I look at my backtesting results. If you look at the results I sent to you, the Excel spreadsheet, you're gonna see periods where you're going back and forth. It's like you're losing, you're gaining, and then you're losing. And then if you look at the P&L on the second page, you're gonna see a lot of not a lot of reds, but some weeks where there's 2 reds or 3 reds. These are the points where you really have to stay calm. These are the points where you actually give back to the market. These are the points where you have to say to yourself, well, nothing is happening, but I'm better off doing nothing than doing something.
And risking like money, making a bad trade.
Because it gets in your head. Because he said to me the last couple of weeks, you don't feel like nothing is happening, but that's because nothing is happening. And when something happens, we take action, but it doesn't always have to be a win.
Yeah.
So first of all, you have to check your ego. And anytime you get that urge to revenge trade, now you know what it is, right? Next time you feel you get that, you have to be mindful of that emotion. When it comes, you're like, oh, I know this feeling.
Yeah.
You have to catch it. And this rings true in every walk of life. I get this even to this day.
Yeah.
Right? So ego and meditation is one. And second, you have to expect the one way you can like detach. People say trade without emotion. You can't trade without emotion. You're human, right? Unless you're a fucking psychopath. But you have to, one way you can detach from the outcome is to expect a loss. When I take a trade, I'm like, well, cool. That probably here goes another loss. That way I don't identify with the loss anymore. When I lose, it's like, well, I was expecting this. So when I do win, it's like, oh, okay, that's a surprise.
Yeah.
You get it? That may be a
Yeah, I
little,
get you.
little bit more difficult for you. But
Yeah.
every time I take I wake up, I look at my trade, it's like it lost. I'm like, ooh, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn that skill. And it's gotten worse because obviously now that I went through that like route of keep revenge trading and losing money, now it's like now that my account equity is down, it's going to take me longer to get back up to that and exceed that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Now that's like it's made it worse as well in my mind.
I know it's like a downward spiral. Now you're thinking, oh, I lost money, so I have to revenge trade to get it back. But then you make more mistakes,
Yeah.
and then you end up getting in a deeper hole.
Yeah.
So I get it. Like I've been there, and
Yeah.
there's so many reasons can get you there. Maybe you're thinking, Prince is not really posting any trades, and all the trades he's posted is not working, and I'm here taking like losses, and nothing is happening.
Yeah.
And then you do something silly, and then whereas I'm
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
everything is all good.
Okay. Yeah, I do need like I basically like need to use you more and contact you more because I'm a natural overthinker and I overthink a lot of things. Yeah, no, I'm very yeah. Like I want to make the most out of like the course and with you, and I want to because I want to do this properly. I want to make like I would like to. I don't want to give up, and I wish I didn't tell my parents as well because I told them about like my losses and they're like, oh, you should change your hobby and stuff. And all that. I was like, nah, I don't want to hear it. It's negative. I know I know it comes with the process, and I feel like I've got a good mind. I've got a good long-term mindset. I feel like I know that I'm going to lose money, but if I stay at it, then I'll come out successful, hopefully.
If you just stick with it long term, I mean, it's very easy to forget your wins because you've been in with me now for a couple of months, and you've seen me
Yeah.
make market breakdowns where I say I made this many pips, and you're like, oh, that's nice. And I say I made this many pips, but then as soon as I say nothing happens, or I say let's say I lose like a few pips, so I say
Yeah.
there's no tricks, you're like, oh shit, what's going on?
Yeah.
You freak out. So
Yeah, man.
the analogy I use that most recent realization of the way your mind can fuck with you is when I got into like the business of like teaching people how to trade. Like being a trader is one thing, but teaching people how to trade is something else because you have to get out there and sell yourself. And
Yeah.
one thing you have to realize is that you're not going to close every prospect. But anytime I don't close someone, I tend to forget about the people that actually wanted to work with me, and I obsess about the people that said no to me. It's the same thing with trading.
Yeah.
You're gonna win, but you quickly forget your wins. As soon as someone says no or you take a loss, you're like, oh shit, my trading plan is nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Definitely.
it happens to me as well. Like
Yeah.
you just have to be on that emotion.
Sure.
As soon as it comes in, you're like, nope. Me and Prince, we spoke
Yeah.
already. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, we're gonna chill. You just send me a message. You're like, Prince, what's going on? I'm like, calm down. You know?
Yeah. I think that's important for me when there's a week of not being so busy. I think I should message you. We can have like a market breakdown or something of like why it hasn't been busy or maybe like what pairs to look at in the future. Like I think that's important for me because when it's not busy, instead of overthinking, I'd rather get on a call and talk about why we haven't made trades or
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean?
you can do that. We can jump on a call and you can be like, oh, Prince, you haven't taken any trades this week. I'll be like, nah, nothing.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, what are you looking at? I'm like, oh yeah, actually, let me show you my chart. This is what I'm looking at. Blah 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 blah. What are you looking at?
Okay.
What are you trading? What's going on?
Yeah.
It's this kind of accountability calls that actually keep you in check and keeps your emotion in check, so you don't do something stupid. And when you do, I can be like, well, why would you do that? Because I don't know what you're feeling because I'm not in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So three things which we've talked about so far. Look at your backtesting results. You're gonna see those times where nothing is happening. If you look at the backtesting result I sent you on Excel, you're gonna see weeks where I made 0 and weeks where it's negative, is minus.
Yeah.
So when you see that, you remind yourself, well, this is part of the course. It's supposed to happen. 2, you check your ego.
when you start to get those feelings, they're always similar because we have the same thoughts. 99% of the thoughts we have in a day are the same. It's just that we react to them unconsciously. So when you get that feeling in your head of, oh, nothing is happening, or Prince is not posting trades, or what am I going to do? My parents are probably going to get angry. You're like, wait, I know this feeling.
Yeah.
What's going to happen next? I'm probably going to do something silly now, so I should calm down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then third, to detach from the emotion, is expect every trade to be a loss. I'm not saying go trade and lose on purpose. Trade properly, but just detach from the emotion. When you wake up and you see minus, just expect, okay, cool. That's what's fine. So these are 3 ways you can actually detach from the outcome and just trade much, much better.
Yeah.